morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigerians. 6 minutes past the hour of 8. Apologies for beginning this hour quickly due to issues relating from politics, issues relating from business, issues relating from health, governance, security, and other trending issues right here in our country and Nigeria. Welcome to Spotlight on Super FM 92.7. I am Michael Inyang. Welcome to the program. Now today on Spotlight, I will look at the crisis being cursed by a Dangote truck. Yes, and fellow government negligence to all of this crisis. Yes, so we'll look at the crisis to Dangote's truck and federal government's negligence to all this. In 2024, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, had provided a breakdown of the emergencies that have been attended to. The said recorded about 1,367 incidents from January to October 2024, ranking the highest with 156 cases. Recently, 3 persons were reportedly killed in Auchi, Edo State, where 2 trucks, one belonging to Dangote Cement, another unidentified trucks, and a GLK Benz were involved in an accident. In a viral video being captured by a member, a male voice was heard saying they just closed from a church and a serious accident happened right there in front of a ministry, a Omega ministry, and the Dangote truck crushed about 5 vehicles in front of the church. Being rescued others, while some were still alive. That's what he said. But the senior pastor and general overseer of the church, Johnson Solomon, he had described the incident as an avoidable tragedy, blaming it on recklessness of poorly trained truck drivers. The police public relations officer in Edo State, Moses Yamu, also confirmed the incident. He also explained that all 3 occupants of the car were evacuated to the hospital and lost their life. Also, in all of this, as I talk to you right now, is another issue also happened. The Dangote truck has a history of truck accidents. In the last 4 years alone, there have been numerous deadly accidents involving Dangote trucks, all attributed to driving or mechanical failure. Another incident happened in Lokoja in 2012 where Dangote truck reportedly had a brake failure and the driver slammed his vehicle into a passenger bus fatally. Also, it happened in 2010 where a combined death of about 4 people lost their life. These have been happening. It's been disturbing and we need to talk about it. As we talk to you right now in Edo State, activists Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, has led other indigenes in Edo State to block all Dangote trucks from plying the roads. And now joining us live to discuss this further and look deeply into these issues, we have a former lawmaker, also a member of the APC 2023 Presidential Campaign Council, Honorable Cletus Obum. Honorable, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on this very disturbing national issue.
All right, so we also have a man who is a former member of the NDDC governing board and a former SSA to the Ondo State governor, Dr. Benson Enikuomoyi. Dr. Benson, good morning and welcome to the program. Okay, Dr. Benson, who joined us in the course of the program. Let's talk to Honorable. Honorable, when you had these issues of the Dangote trucks, this has been happening back and forth. Okay, I think Dr. Benson is here. Dr. Benson, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, sir. We're fine. Good morning. Welcome once again to the program. Let's start with Honorable. Honorable, these issues of Dangote truck has been a disturbing one in Nigeria. We will shy away from this. When you heard about these issues of a Dangote truck, the recurrent issues, and then it's even getting to where protests is beginning to build up in Edo State. What is in your mind? What has been happening? Why is the federal government not taking a bold step? Why is the lawmakers not taking bold steps in how to curtail this truck accident in Nigeria?
Well, I would rather look at this phenomenon, this disturbing recurrent issue from a nationalistic and holistic view, rather than pin it down, because the trucks on the roads of Nigeria, from Badagry to Maiduguri, from Gaidam in Edo State to Calabar in Cross River State, are not all Dangote trucks. There are trucks that are smashing every day. Dangote's case, we are using it as a symbol of the road hazard that we face.
But do you agree with me that Dangote has about over 90% of trucks on the road in Nigeria?
In Nigeria?
Yes.
That is because he has 90% of the private businesses in Nigeria as well. Now,
Please go ahead.
It is only right that to say that his trucks suffer from two Nigerian malaise. One, who are the people driving those trucks? Two, what kind of roads are the trucks driving on? And thirdly, why is there no alternative to the use of trucks? Dangote has enough money, as he's doing in petroleum, so also he can do with railways. If you if the railway system is functional, I am very certain that 90% of the trucks will not be on the road. So we have alternatives to this danger. The Dangote trucks suffer also from the ill-trained drivers. I remember in my school days, as far back when he just started his businesses in Cross River State, we have had a lot of matters in which students have had to shut down schools because Dangote truck crushes students on the road.
Yes.
So for me, two things stand out: the training of the drivers, the type of roads, and the age of the trucks. We have agencies in the VIOs, vehicle inspection officers. What is the roadworthiness of those trucks? What is the training of the drivers? Are they regularly being trained and retrained? If not, what are the safety measures that are given to those drivers? So for me, therefore, it is important that Dangote himself, having that conglomerate of businesses that use trucks on our roads for cement, for crushed rock, for materials, and for carrying of workers and other such things, those type of trucks must first of all be certified to be roadworthy. Two, that the drivers are qualified to drive them. And three, that the safety measures and alternatives to use of trucks must be found in the long term. That is the use of rail. And I'm sure that in partnership with others, like he did with the refineries, he can also do rails across the country, in which rail trucks, rail coaches will rather be used rather than trucks on the road to endanger first the roads and the people. Because the trucks are not just hitting down people, they are also destroying the roads, which is now making it impossible for even ordinary vehicles. Because some of those roads are not built for those type of trucks because of the weight they carry. And so they endanger the roads and therefore endanger, by extension, human lives, which is always recurrent, always happening to us on a yearly basis. I will come and start discussing the palliative of it rather than dealing with a permanent solution. The permanent solution is to make the rails functional, and Dangote can afford it.
Is it the work of Dangote to make a railway in Nigeria? Is it the work of Dangote? What happens to the government?
Let me say this.
What happens to the lawmakers?
No, the lawmakers are only to make laws. They've made laws. Implementation and execution of those laws is not the function of a legislator. It's not the function of a legislator to implement the laws he has made. I have given you, there are more than 4 safety agencies on our roads. Apart from road safety, I have given you a VIO. I've also the Federal Highway Patrol of the police. And then, of course, in what do you call them? In Abuja, on other such states, there are other internal and state control road safety measures and agencies. Laws are there. It is implementation of those laws. And secondly, when you say the government has its limitations. They want to call the PPP, public-private partnership. Yes. Government provides the incentive and level playing ground and the convenient environment to create businesses and make businesses thrive and secure by laws. Those are already in place. What we're asking for instance, now, look at the Calabar, Lagos coastal. There are plans to concession them. Abuja to Makurdi, part of the roads are concession, and that's why you see toll gates there to maintain them. You can also apply that to the rail. That is to say that Dangote in partnership with others can partner with government and make the rails from the rails that have been existing. Is it not a shame to us as a country that in the 1980s you can leave Maiduguri, you can leave Kanu and go by train through Aba to Port Harcourt, and that a child of 30 years in Nigeria today has not seen a train? No child in Cross River State who is 30 years that has not gone outside Nigeria, he sees a train only on television. He has never sighted a train before. A 35-year-old child who has not gone outside Cross River State has never seen a train. It's not a shame. Something we used to move to Makurdi, and then you take a train, or go to Aba from Calabar and you take a train and you are up in Nigeria, in Kanu, you are in Abuja, you are in Kaduna. We get those train stations, and in that way you know your country and you are mixing up with people and all that. That is the kind of socialization, that is the kind of acculturization that we have across the country using the railway system. But all that has gone. All we need now is to revamp them. And I know the federal government is trying to do that. But how far can it go? If you have a partnership, either with others, that can work. Are we not seeing the refinery? Before today, they will tell that refinery is the duty of government. But look at how the private industry has come in there, mini modular refineries and all that. The federal government has given licenses and say, go and do modular refineries. So we don't have to depend on only government refineries. Dangote is doing that. We are having the teaching problem of stabilizing that market and that industry. But overall, you can see there's an effort. We can do that with rail. It will take off the trucks from the road. It will take us most of the yams that are coming from Zakibiam to Aba, from Onitsha to Calabar. You are carrying rods on trucks to come here and do building and all that. You carry cross truck from Akampa to Port Harcourt, to Enugu, to Onitsha, to Aba, or to construct roads from Akampa. Those roads, that is why, for example, the entire of Itu Calabar Road has not been repaired in the last 20 years. You can't, it's impassable by today as we speak. And all, because those trucks keep hampering on that, and Dangote trucks are part of it. So what we are saying here, that's why when you talked about it, I said, I'm speaking from a personal experience from my state and across here. I drove from Abuja today. I'm in Ecom as you speak to me. I drove from Abuja to this place, so I know the road, and I do that regularly at least once a month. Coming from Cross River State or go to Uyo or other such places. So I know the terrain well, either through Lokoja and then go to Obolafo in Enugu State and then enter into Abakaliki and get to Ogoja. All those routes are also terrible because we have the menace of trucks hampering road passages. Sometimes each of them that falls on the road, nobody can pass through there. So for me, Dangote, like all other business conglomerates, can come in partnership with government and create alternatives. I'm talking about this in the long term. In the meantime, the quality of drivers, the lifespan and quality of the trucks themselves should always be verified. When you say government, should come now and be doing who is government? Is it not the agencies of government, ministries and agencies and departments? I don't know the ones that are acting on behalf of government. Is it the president or governor to do that work? If they compromise, it's not us for us to take citizen action and say, on account of this truck that you say very dark man is trying to do now. That is citizen action. In that way, it calls attention to the quality of trucks. Are they roadworthy? You say brake failure. It does brake failure occur by accident. The brake gives you signs and shows on the dashboard that this truck is not good. You look at the body of a truck and you know this truck ought to be off the road. But VIOs and road safety will allow those trucks there.
Let's talk to
sometimes you call a truck breaks down and then nobody is there to even give a road sign to say, don't come here. Only 2 days ago, people are going to Maiduguri between Damaturu and Gombe. Between Damaturu and Gombe, and Maiduguri. Yes. A truck broke down and they rammed into it and almost all the passengers died. All. Just because there was no sign to show that the truck had broken down on the road. Yeah. So we have all these measures that have to be treated. So that Dangote has a duty to perform, just like all citizens.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Cletus Obum. Yes, ABC member right there. Okay, let's talk to our barrister. Barrister Dr. Benson, are you there?
I am here, even though
And the network has
been discussion. The network has not.
Yes. You want to hear your opinion on this regard? Because it's really, really worrisome. I will say it's really, really worrisome. As I talk to you right now, students in Polytechnic students has threatened a nationwide protest over Dangote truck accident. That's the National Association of Polytechnic Students are threatening to embark on a nationwide protest over the accident involving a Dangote truck and a fresh graduate of Auchi Polytechnic, Ruth Otabor. Well, this incident happened last week along the Auchi axis in Edo State, which has left Otabor hospitalized at a specialist hospital right there in Edo State. And following this incident, well, the student of Polytechnic has come out en masse to say that, well, they are protesting in this regard. So they're losing lives, losing the students to this unfortunate incident. And also, one man who has also come out to say, well, Edo indigenes come out en masse to block roads, making sure that Dangote trucks are not ply the roads. This is Nigerian Martins Vincent Ose, is also popularly known as a very dark one. Let's listen to him, and then we'll come back and make a conversation. What he said in regards to the issues happening in Nigeria. That's the Dangote truck accident. Martins Ose, a very dark man, made a statement.
Okay, so it's simple. We are here, a lot of students of us.
One family, one radio. 92.7 Super FM.
One family, one radio. Now, it's simple. Every other truck.
One family, one radio. 92.7 Super FM.
And all the families that Dangote unlicensed truck drivers are put in the hospital.
One family,
Settle them.
one radio.
Cannot really bring back
92.7 Super FM.
But this Dangote killing in Auchi has to stop.
Super
And it stopped.